Okay, so you might want to get a calculator and keep that handy if you don't already. It'll be kind of important as we do some of these problems in these videos. So just a good scientific calculator will help. You can get them for about $10 at Walmart. I have a TI 30X 2S. You don't need one of the expensive ones like an 84 or an 83. Just a basic scientific calculator is enough for this course. It should have logarithms. It should have, well, if it has logarithms, it's going to have what you need. So, okay, so first we're going to talk about higher powers. So not everything is always being squared, right? So you could have like 2 cubed, which means 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. Or you could have 5 to the 4th power, which is 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, which happens to be 625. Okay, so let's say we have one that you don't know. Let's say we have 7 cubed, and you don't know what 7 cubed is. Well, you can, on your calculator, you put in, there are 2 types of buttons. On my calculator, it's like a little arrow like that button, and so I put 7, then I put the arrow button, and then I put 3, and then that's going to give me the answer. Other calculators may have what's called, it looks like a Y to the X button. And I think it works the same way if you push 7 and then you push Y to the X. I don't have this kind of calculator. To 3, then it's going to give it to you. So practice on your calculator. The answer here should be 343. Let me double check that. Just, I don't want to lie to anybody. Okay, so 7 to the power of 3. Yep, 343. Okay. So practice a little bit of that with your calculator so you'll know how to use it. Okay, now we're going to go the other way when we talk about what's called an nth root. So let's use that last example we were just doing. So let's say we wanted to know what the cubed root of 343 is. Well, we know it's 7 because we just did that problem. Because we know 7 cubed is 343. Okay? So this is new notation. All right? So it's called a cube root. So it's not a square root. It's a cube root. And it looks like that. You have a radical symbol. And then it's called, so here's the radical symbol. And then whatever number is right there, that is called the index. Okay? And it'll tell you which root you're trying to find. If you're trying to find a cubed root or a 4th root or a 5th root. Okay? Something like that. Now, don't get too concerned. Our numbers don't get too huge for the most part. But let's think of something we know. So let's say I wanted to find the 4th root. That's how we would read that. So notice that this index is written. You got to be careful because it's little and you got to write it right in the little check mark part. You don't want it to look like 4 times something, okay? So you gotta be careful on that. Let's say we have, did we have 625 a minute ago? So say you want to find the 4th root of 625. Well, it's 5. This equals 5 because 5 to the 4th power is 625. Okay, so you could check that. Let's see. Notice that you don't write the radical once you've taken the root of it. So we'll take the 4th root of 625. Now that was one I just know. Well, what if you didn't know? So on your calculator, there's a button that allows you to put this in. So on my calculator, let's tell you on my calculator, it's right above my little arrow key. There's this button. And it's got a little X there. Okay, so I have this button, that's the exponent button, and then right above that, in blue, mine's in blue, there's a little X, and then it has the radical symbol. So that says that's going to allow you to put in whatever root you want to. Okay, now the way to do it, then, if you wanted to find the 4th root, to get these buttons above your main button, you have to use what's called the second function. Okay, so that's a button up at the top. They're usually at the top. Mine's at the top and it's in blue. So anytime I want to use one of the blue options, I have to hit that key first. Okay, So I'm going to hit second. And then I'm going to hit this button, that exponent button, and that's going to give me, whoops, no I'm not going to do that, sorry. Back up. A lot of times we just do these because we know them, but you got to put in the index first, okay? So if I'm trying to find the 4th root, so I'm going to do a 4, all right? Then, so I'm going to hit the 4 button. So let me do this. Second. No, I'm totally messing this up. I should redo this video, but I hate redoing them. Okay, all that stuff I told you was true. But you got to put the 4 in first. So you put the 4, then you hit the second button. Then you hit the exponent button, and that's going to give you this radical symbol on your screen. So you should see that. So I go 4, I go second, hit the exponent button, and it has a little x. It looks like 4, and then it has this little x, and then the square root kind of looks like that. But it's really an nth root, okay? So it's saying that's the 4th root. Now I'm going to put in the number I want, 625, and hit equal. So then I put in 6, and then I hit in the 2, and then I hit in the 5. We call these keystrokes, and then I hit equals, and you should get 5, okay? So that's how you do it on a calculator to find a root. Some of them you're going to know just from familiarity, like you probably know the cubed root of 27 is 3, or you might take a good guess, and you could check it with your exponent button. But anyway, that's a little bit about the calculator. We'll do a little more with the calculator. I hope that makes some sense in spite of all my talking. There you go.